Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn how to create note cards in NoodleTools. To begin, I strongly suggest that you open up the Bibliography view in NoodleTools to see the citations that you have already created. My number one rule when you first learn to create note cards in NoodleTools is to already have your citations created. And then you can make note cards for those sources that you've cited. So taking a look at the headings, we see that under media type, I have one book source and one website. Here are my citations for those sources. Over to the right, I have the heading Note Cards. And I can see that I have one note card created for my book source and 0 note cards created for my web page source. So we will go ahead and create a note card for our web page source. This is the web page titled Type of Clothing in the Middle Ages by Jared Saucedo. So I am going to create my first note card for this source by clicking New. Notice up in the top right hand corner of my note card template, I already have the source recorded. So now I know that any notes I take from this source come from the Type of Clothing in the Middle Ages webpage. In note cards, we have 3 basic boxes that you need to pay attention to. The first is the direct quotation box, and it really is a word processor that is given the heading direct quotation. Over on the right, the second main box is the paraphrase or summary box. Again, it's a box that's really a word processor. And the third box towards the bottom of this note card template is called My Ideas. So let's go back up to the direct quotation box. And what we do here is go to our original source that we will be citing. And after we've read through the source, we need to start selecting important facts that we can copy and paste and put into our direct quotation box. And we're finding facts that are important to our research. So I'm reading through this article, and I may choose to select a certain sentence. And I think in the area under peasant clothing, I'm reading this particular statement. Men and women would modify tunics by cutting slits for places such as the head, arms, and legs. Men would often let the tunics fall just past their knees, while women would let the tunics fall down to their legs, which can be thought of as dresses. So I am going to copy this fact or this statement, which will be copied word for word, and go back to my NoodleTools note card and paste it directly into the direct quotation box. So a direct quotation really means word for word. So I'm going to put quotes around this sentence because it is word for word from the article. It's a direct quote. Next, let's go to our paraphrase or summary box. And in this box, our job is to read our direct quote that we just copied and pasted, think about what it means, and rewrite that quote in our own words. So, men would often let the tunics fall just past their knees, while women would let the tunics fall down to their legs, which can be thought of as dresses. So one way I might paraphrase that quote is, let me make the font a little larger so that you can see the paraphrase better. Peasant men and women for tunics, but wore them in different styles. Okay, so essentially I'm restating the quote in my direct quotation box in my own words. The next main box, if you remember, is at the bottom of the note card template, and it is called My Ideas. And here, if I have any more thoughts about that quote or paraphrase, or if I have any ideas about where I might want to use that quote or paraphrase in my paper, I can jot them down here. And I might put in a thought of describe the tunics with more detail. So I might want to go back to my article and get some more details to add to my paraphrase. And I might put in here, use this in second paragraph of my paper under subtopic peasants. Okay. Lastly, I have to add a title to my note card. NoodleTools highlights it in red. If anything is highlighted in red in NoodleTools, that means that you need to enter some word or phrase in that box. So a title is just a short phrase that captures the main idea of my note card. So I think I can give this a title of Tunics, Men, and Women. And then finally, very important, I need to click the Save button in order for my note card to be saved. So I am back now at the Bibliography view of NoodleTools. I see my web page source, and under Note Cards I can now see a number 1, and I have one note card. I can show the note card by clicking Show, and here's my title, Tunics, Men, and Women. Here's my direct quotation. Here's my paraphrase, and here are my ideas. If I wanted to change something in this note card, I can easily do that by clicking the Edit button, and that will allow me to edit my note card. To hide the note card on my bibliography page, I just click Hide, and it shrinks it back to hidden. So that's how you create a note card in NoodleTools.